Welcome, everyone. It is a glorious Wednesday. It is, right? Yes, yes. Yes, it is Wednesday. It is Wednesday. Listen, let's address the elephant in the room, shall we? We all know what day it is, the day after, right? But let's talk about the mirror and you will understand. The mirror, because a lot of people don't understand what just happened. The mirror is not an enemy. Hmm? The mirror just reflects to you where you have your attention. So everybody's asking, well, not everybody. Some people are asking, how did this happen? How did this happen? You know how it happened? It happened because whether you loved him or hated him, you were focused upon him. So the mirror is not your enemy. There is no enemy other than the one you create for yourself. You see, when you look at the reflections that are going on around you, it is telling you what you have done within yourself. That's what's happening. So whether you are pro or anti, it doesn't matter. You're always going to see your own reflection. So the question is, when you look out into the world, are you seeing you? Are you seeing the decisions that you've made? Or are you blindly walking along asking, how did this happen to me? You see, we're so quick to blame. You, you did this to me. We're so quick to do that. Perhaps if we are quicker to examine ourselves. You see, as I was putting a part in my hair this morning, I was looking in the mirror and I said, this feels like a situation with the children of Israel in the Bible. I remember that story, and they wanted to be like everybody else. They wanted a ruler. They wanted a king, right? Mm. You know what I learned from that story? I learned that when you acquiesce your power to think for yourself, you open the door for somebody to bully you. Well, how is that? Because if you're not following through with your own thoughts and checking your own thoughts and your own self, well, somebody's telling you what to do because you're not telling you what to do. Why is that? Let me give you an example. We don't do it because we don't trust our own capabilities. Angela, how could you say such a thing? Well, I can tell you from experience because that's what happened to me. I knew what I was doing. I was confident in what I was doing, but not 100%, not even, not even more than 60, I would say. But I knew what I was doing. And yesterday, somebody said to me, you're wrong. You are wrong. You're mucking it up. And every chance they got, somebody asked them how they were doing. They said, "Oh, just cleaning up the mess." Shots fired, right? And here I am sitting there second guessing my own capabilities. And I was like, you know what? Faggot. I don't care. Say what you want. I don't care. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll be wrong and strong, damn it. So I thought to myself, because my feelings were hurt, because I sat there and second guessed my capacity, my capabilities, my strengths, my own mind, I questioned. 3 o'clock rolls around. My supervisor says, oh, by the way, that wasn't your mistake, That was the company's mistake. They didn't do what they were supposed to do. So they had incorrect records. And I sat there in that and I thought, huh, you don't say. This is what I'm thinking to myself. And then I said out loud, oh, you mean I didn't feck it up 100%? And I was told, no, Angela, it wasn't on you. But I will get an apology for you. I said, it is neither here nor there. What good is the apology if I still walk around with the, I'm not good enough? No amount of apology will change that. I did that. I gave her the role to play. Nobody can question my strength if I don't question my strength. So the mirror is not my enemy. The mirror is not my enemy. The one casting the shadow is not even the enemy. But the one casting the shadow should check. Not check as in browbeat oneself to say, maybe I am not good enough. No, no, that's not what it means to check. It means, okay, did you follow the process? Yes. Where did you follow the process? And I can show the evidence. I followed it here, 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 and here. I checked what I did, right? That's how you check yourself. Are you holding true to the faith? What faith you say? You say in your mind's eye, I am that. I am. But something comes along and a strong wind blows in the form of, cantankerous Kathy, right? And you fall to pieces, questioning your very validity. No, no, no. That's not how one checks themselves. You check to see that you've held fast to the faith. Did I do what I said I was? So you see, if we would stop blaming ourselves, stop complaining about the shadow that we see in the world from the mirror, and just look at ourselves and say, wait, am I holding true to the faith? What does it mean to hold true to the faith? If you say, I am, ... Are you behaving like that? That's holding true to the faith. If you say, I am ... Are you speaking to yourself in such a way that would confirm that you are? Well, then you are holding true to the faith. So, pardon me, choke on it, right? The truth, boy, the truth. Sometimes not a sweet pill, but it doesn't need to be sweet. It does not need to deceive you and cover you with flowers and sugar. No, it just feeds it to you straight up. And now what will you do as you go through the day? When you come across situations in the day today, as you go out into the world and interact with other people today, we will come across differences of opinions. Opinions. But check yourself. Do not allow an opinion. Wait, look, we don't have all the information. So how can you form an educated opinion if we don't have all the information? There's only one information that we have to be true. And that is we reap what we have sown. That is never going to change. So what are you reaping today as you go through the world? You planted it. But here's the beauty of a farmer. If he looks out into the field and he goes, ah, shoot, I didn't want that harvest. You know what he'll say? Because it depends on where he is in the harvest. Is he at the reaping stage? Reap it and wring the best out of it. Yep. Reap it and get the best out of what you may not have wanted corn, but you planted them. So get the best out of the corn. You can make popcorn. You can make cornmeal. You can make cornbread. There's a lot you can do with whatever that situation is. But we do not allow the situation to break us. Well, why not? Because you are the farmer. You are the selector of the seeds. So who has the power, the harvest or the one planting it? So we may not get exactly what it is we want. but make it work. You can, if you are creative, to look upon it in such a fashion. If you look at it and complain, it wasn't what I wanted, you do that, you miss what you can do with it. Listen, I'm telling you from experience. I'm walking into the office today with a little bit more confidence. Why? Because I followed the process, and I know that I did. I held fast to the faith. Now, that is one less area for me to question my validity. That's what I'm trying to convey to you today as you go out into the world. You do not question your validity. You do not question your worth or your value. That is unquestionable. You just got to make sure that if you say, I am, well, then you better behave like I am. You better speak like I am. You better walk and talk and what? Have a swagger, a pep in your step, as if you were who you said you were. Because that is how you hold true and fast to the faith. But if you allow every strong wind to just ruffle your feathers, move you from here to there, well, you're not holding fast to the faith. So what are you going to do? Allow what's going on in the world in the mirror? Well, let's touch on it. Let's poke that bear a little bit. Don't come for me, but we'll touch it a little bit. I'm trying to tell you there's no blame. There is no blame. It is just simply choices, simply seeds that we have planted. Thus, we ended up with a harvest. Now, here's how you deal with the harvest. You see, because a lot of people don't understand, because I read it on Twitter. Some people said, how did this happen? How did he get into office? How did she not get into office? Because if you listened to the world at large, everybody wanted to do what? Vote against him. So where was everybody looking? Not at what they wanted. They were looking at what they abhorred. They were looking at what they hated. Their full attention was on what they disliked. So what happens when you do that? You don't get what you want, you get what you focus upon. So how can we be surprised what happened today? You cannot be surprised. But here now you must check yourself. You must check yourself to realize you were either full of disdain and dislike, or what made you vote against. It's not the vote, you know, it is the voter. It is the heart of the voter. Don't get it twisted. The way you voted shows you yourself. Because the mirror is only a reflection. So the leader is a reflection of the people. You either hate him so much that he got in, or you didn't love yourself enough to say, wait a minute, I can change this situation. What kind of leader do I want? It's not a matter of who's put before you for you to choose from, because the choice is given. We're not really choices at all. But what do you want in this world? How do you want your neighborhood to look? That's where you've got to get in there with your mind's eye. Which would be, listen, I want my neighborhood to be ... I don't even know where to begin to get that, but give me some ideas. How can I be creative in this? What does that do? That allows you to plant particular seeds in your neighborhood. And when you plant those kinds of seeds in your neighborhood, what happens? You begin to reap the benefits in your own neighborhood. You see, it's not the vote. It is the heart of the voter that makes the decision. But you see, we look with eyes. We look with eyes. A leader is only the choice of his or her people. So where did we choose from? What heart did we choose from? So the next time you think about voting, check your heart, not who the candidates are. It has nothing to do with the candidates. The candidates show you yourself. Like I said, don't come for me. I'm just making an observation. We might not want to hear it this morning, but the mirror always reflects. It shows you what is there. It only ever shows you who you are. And we make choices based upon who we say we are. So today is not a day to cry in the milk. It is not a day to dance naked in the streets. It is a day to examine one's self, to see where we are holding fast to the faith and where we have carelessly let go. Because we take it for granted, you understand. We take for granted that we have the power to get into our mind's eye to say what we want to experience. Oh, well, that's just life. It just happens. I don't get a say in that. But of course you do. You are the farmer. You have to plant the seeds. What seeds will you plant? To know what seeds you're going to plant, you must check your heart. Your own heart. Oh. But you see, there's no judgment in that. There's no condemnation in that because we are learning. We are learning a new way to be. We are learning that we can think for ourselves. But if you do not practice and exercise thinking for yourself, you will be ruled. I don't make that rule. Look around and you will see it. You walk into a space and nobody's taking control. If you are type A, you will take control of the space because nobody's taking control of it. So you've got to take control of your own mind, your own thoughts, your own moods, your own feelings. Well, whose feelings are there? Yours. So the mirror ever reflects us. The mirror always reflects us. You're walking around with pain in your body. That is a reflection of what is paining you in your mind. Oh, Angela, that's just nonsense. How can pain in my mind have pain in my body? As above, so below. As within, so without. You think when you see, I want you to look at the world in a fresh eye, When you pass the drug addict, do you honestly think that people want to walk around peeing on themselves, can't walk a straight line, can't even stand up straight, don't even know where they are? Do you really think people want that? No. But when you see the pain that they're in on the outside, you will understand why they take the drug to numb the pain on the inside. This is what we're always doing on a daily basis. It is always the within that shows you what is going on without. As within, so without. So today, as you go through this world, you've got to know it is from our hearts. And when I say heart, I don't mean bump, 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 bump. I'm not talking about the one that's beating in your chest. Heart or mind means what you are aware of being. What are you aware of being? Are you confident in yourself? You sure of yourself? So then you say, I am confident. You don't have to pretend. You know that you are, so thus you say it. And you don't say it with words. You say it in the way you walk. You say it in the way you look someone in the eye. You say it in the way you do a handshake. You say it in the way you walk into a room. So practice looking at ourselves to see what reflection we are casting into the world. And remember, the reflection is not there as a whip to beat yourself with. We're not Catholic after all. Self-flagellation. The reflection is not there for you to beat yourself up with. The reflection is there to say, hey, does this look good? Is this what you want? Well, why else would you get into a mirror? You want to make sure your face is clean. Did I miss a spot? You want to know if your colors blend. So you get in the mirror and you look. And you say, ooh, I feel good in this. Ooh, yeah. Or you say, oh, I'm not really feeling this. Let me swap it out for something else. Use the mirror wisely. It shows you always what is within your heart. It is not your enemy. You cannot break the mirror to change your face, as Neville Goddard put it so poetically. The mirror is just there to show you who you are. And who we are is ever reflected back to us in the choices that we make. So, step one, what are you seeing in the mirror? Do you like it? Well, keep it if you like it. If you don't like it, step two, acknowledge that it is there. You say, oh boy, I don't like that. I don't like the way it makes me look and feel. Step three, what do I want it to be instead? Well, stop for a moment. And in your mind's eye, you'll begin to see. It's just how you get dressed in the morning. You say, what do I want to wear to work today? And you begin to put an outfit together in your mind's eye. And once that outfit in your mind's eye is banging, oh, what do? You go in the closet and you put it on. Do you not? Well, then the same thing applies with your actual life and your moods. You tried it on and it's like, oh, a little snug here. No, I don't want that. And you try another attitude on. You try another mood on. And when the mood that you try on fits the way you want it to, run with that one because you look good in it. Oh, but Angela, what if I'm just deceiving myself? See that part right there? What if you're just deceiving yourself? You think you don't know if you're deceiving yourself? One always knows if they're deceiving themselves or not. That is why it is important for you to admit where you are and what you're struggling with. Admit it. There's no shame in the admission of it. You free yourself the moment you admit what you're doing. Because you said, oh, I'm acting a fool. Now what are you going to do with it? See? Always acknowledge. Don't judge. Acknowledge what you see in the mirror. Step one. Step two, do you like it? Keep it. If you don't, change. What else would you do? Well, Angela, you make it sound so easy to change. It is. If you're looking at an attitude that you have that you don't like, what attitude would you prefer? You want to walk into a room and be treated how? Well, then get that attitude and put it on. What do you mean put on that new attitude? You know when you put on a brand new piece of clothing, nobody knows, right? But you put on this brand new article of clothing. Listen, it could be your kicks. It could be your blazer. It could be your fedora. Listen, we don't know what it is. But the moment you put it on, what happens to you? Oh, yeah. You think everybody looking at you like you're driving that new car. How would people look at you if you were driving a Rolls Royce Phantom or Rolls Royce Wraith? How would they look at you? You see that attitude? That you don't even have to force yourself to put it on. But the moment you change and you put it on, ow, the reflection in the mirror changes. And so too do the people who you come across. I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. I'm just trying to poke you and prod you into trying it out with more confidence. That's all I can do. Why? Because when you try it on with more confidence, you will know your power, won't you? You will know what you're capable of doing. But hey, don't let me get carried away. Don't let me get carried away today. All I'm trusting is that the people on YouTube can hear me. I'm trusting that it recorded. If not, it recorded on Twitter. Don't worry. Don't you fret, Angela. It's all good. So let's take a moment this morning to welcome everyone to the space, shall we? Twitter is what Twitter is. For the people who come when they wanna. YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, there's 3 people there, but they just haven't told me who they are in the chat. So, hey, y'alls, I see you. And the fan base, hey, we have the lovely KZ. We got Big Mike. Hello, Minus. And we have Miss McQueen. Welcome. And thank you all for being here. I trust today that I didn't rant too much, but that I made a little bit of sense for you so that when you walk out into the world, you know that you should not be shadow boxing yourself. That just wears you out. Go to the source. And the source is you. You are the one casting the shadow in the world. You're the one causing that reflection in the mirror. And you have the power. Well, there you go. Well, that's it. Right, Casey? I'm just reading the chat right now. That's exactly it. Some people want change and others, well, they're not ready for change. So they push against. Right? So that is an opportunity for each of us to check our hearts. Not to browbeat or cuss somebody out or go out in the streets and riot and do dumb things. Check yourself. You know, it's just an observation. So now that we're all here, we can chime in. Do I have the, yeah, there's the morning chime. Let me grab it. Last night I played the nighttime and the evening chime together. Let me get the morning chime because it is the morning. Even though it is still pitch black outside, it is the morning time. Listen, it is so dark outside, I am not even going to put that backyard light on and take the garbage out. Hell no. Because it's dark and I don't know what little creatures are lurking in the darkness. So garbage will wait for another day. But let us chime in. And as you hear the chime this morning, begin to examine your own heart. Not to break it, but to see where. To see where you are holding fast to the faith. Hi, Tiffany and Javion. Countdown initiated. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Much love to each and every one of you. And I know I look forward to seeing you tonight for the Neville Goddard lecture. I don't remember the title, but I'm sure it will be lit. 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll see you then. Much love to each and